Okay, so this is the New Earth Business Constellations demonstration. So why do I call it New Earth? Um, I call it that because I'm really wanting to connect and draw in those of us that are the visionaries and take this work seriously and really recognize the just the times that are ahead of us. It's very chaotic, and there's a lot of healing that needs to happen in the world, I feel, as we kind of go through this birthing process, is what it feels like to me. And so, with that being said, does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask before we dive into this? So, basically, I need to do this demonstration, I need one person that's willing to volunteer their focus, what they would like to focus on in their business. Does anybody want to volunteer for that? Who would like to receive? Just unmute yourself. Thank you, Eva. Excellent.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
I don't know if I'm a good candidate because it's kind of like I'm just in the very beginning stages of actually creating a new business, hopefully. So I don't know if that's,
I
you
think,
know,
yeah,
matter.
yeah, no, that's fine. And if you're in the beginning stages, I mean, that's kind of where, you're kind of in the planning and figuring out. And so this work can really help to clarify and focus, okay, what is the direction that you want to go in? Because in the beginning, it can just feel like wide open and throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what happen, what wants to stick. And I
Mhm.
think that doing a business constellation just helps you really kind of cut out the guesswork.
Mhm.
Um, so that being said, before we go into defining the what's going to be represented, I just want to invite everyone into just a short meditation to kind of help us arrive here and connect with our bodies and be in the present moment. So yeah, so just take a moment to close your eyes and just feel your body, feel where you're sitting. And if you want to, you can put a hand on your heart and just connect with your breath. Feel your feet on the floor. And just go within and ask yourself, why am I here? What is it that I want to receive today? Maybe define that for yourself. Because whether you're receiving it or just observing or participating as a representative, there is um, there's medicine for you here and clarity. And then I just ask you to call forth your ancestors, inviting them forth into the space, and calling in your spirit guides, angels, allies, um, whatever is a resource for you, to call that into the space. And because this is a new Earth business constellation, I also would just like to um, invite Mother Gaia to be present with us as well. And just allow yourself to be supported by her and seen by her. And so we just give thanks for the sacred space that's being created, for the highest potential for everyone that's here to receive. And as it is intended, so it is. Okay, so you can go ahead and open your eyes. And Eva, I just invite you to, yeah, share with us a little bit about your business and what it is that you'd like to focus on for today.
Yeah, so I've been in many different healing, learning different healing modalities and on a healing path for a long way, for many, many years, and kind of went through a big change reorientation recently, moving to where my partner lives down here in Corvallis, letting go of I was on the acupuncture path before and kind of picking up the systemic constellation work more as really a professional path. And so I'm in this place of really what I'm working on doing is synergizing different things that I've learned, such as astrology, the human design, the gene keys, kind of those maps of human that really highlight a person's uniqueness and their path, their life's work, but then putting it into an embodied way by setting up constellations around a certain whatever they're working on. And so I've been playing, I've been doing some Zoom work with people. I've also been doing like parts work, is kind of like the most recent
Mhm.
aspect of constellation work that I have been integrating to just kind of really make sure their nervous system is in a place where they can integrate the bigger shifts that might happen in a constellation. And so I'm in this whole place of how I've worked with people mostly in my community, but how can I really synergize it into I don't even know what to call it, a business, a program, having an ongoing group, something that's really more consistent and more clear um, in my offering. And I'm also kind of the money piece has been a big challenge for me to fit that into the picture. Just having fear, it just brings up different fears. And I know part of it is self-worth, part of it is just being clear and concise about what I'm offering. And then it's also the responsibility of really stepping up in a more professional way with this work. So
Mhm.
there's many different aspects to it.
Yeah,
And yeah, I'm gonna let you just respond to that and see.
yeah, that's a lot. So yeah, so you have a lot of different modalities that you're wanting to kind of merge together to support your clients, correct?
Yeah. Yes, and it's also possible that I just need to simplify and not merge them all or merge them in a really simple way. My desire is to use all those different tools, and I have a tendency to go too complex with it sometimes. So
Okay.
simplifying is a good step for me always, it feels like.
Mhm. Okay. Um,
I don't know if I should mention that here. I feel like one of my big challenges and blocks, you could say, I don't really have a education in like I'm not a counselor. I don't really have any of the traditional mental health degrees. And I used to live in much more alternative small communities where that wasn't that big of a deal. But now I'm kind of in a more conventional place because of where I moved to with my partner. And so for me, that's a block is kind of like that's constant questioning myself. Am I gonna be taken, serious or trusted because I don't have the more traditional foundation? I've come very much from kind of the alternative healing world to this.
mhm. So if there was a desired outcome that you could receive, what would it be?
To just feel clear and confident in my next steps.
Okay, great. So, those of you that are here with us, if you're willing to participate as a representative, if you could turn on your camera, that would be great. So Eva and I know who's willing to participate. Um, yeah, so I feel like a good place to start, Eva, is to, um, we only have two people that are willing. Oh, there's got to be more people than that. Gonna make it a little more challenging. Thank you,
Yes,
Juliana.
sure.
Um, yes, thank you, Anna. Great. Yeah, no need to hide out. So, Boriana, you have a cold. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you for being here anyway. Um, so yeah, let's start with I think the fields would be you, your business, and clients.
Mhm, mhm.
We can start there. Um, and I know that won't include all four, but I have a feeling we'll probably bring in more as the constellation unfolds potentially. So,
Okay.
so yeah, if you could choose someone to be you.
Carrie, would you be me or is it Hannah's? Is
Hi,
Carrie's,
Harry. Yeah.
would you represent me? Thank you.
Rename you, and then choose someone to be your business.
Juliana, would you be my business?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. And Vivian, would you be the client?
Okay.
Thank
Did you say Vivian? Yes.
you.
Okay.
She might be muted.
Got it. Clients. All right. Great. Okay, so everyone, go ahead and step into your roles. If it helps to stand up, feel free to stand up. Um, be in the space. And as you're standing and feeling what you're feeling, once you're moved to speak, you can just raise your hand and I'll call on you.
Do they need to be unmuted?
Yeah, Eva, yeah, you can unmute. I don't think there's going to be a distraction as far as noise, but if you could just raise your hand if you're ready to speak. That way we're not talking over each other. I'll call on you when you're ready to speak. Just raise your hand. Yeah. So Eva's business. Go ahead.
Yes, can you hear me?
Hmm.
So, right when I started feeling into my role, I felt like I wanted to look at the window that to me it represents life. Um, and although it's gloomy, winter is coming. So a lot of the trees don't have any leaves. There is no sunshine. My eyes gravitated towards the colors that I did see. So I saw there's still a tree in the distance that has beautiful yellow leaves, and I see some houses that have some decorations already. So as a business, I will say that um, I still see the beauty even in the I don't know if the gloominess is the situation of that we are in the world, the business situation, my own gloominess. But what I wanted to emphasize was that even though with all that stuff, I was kind of honing into the beautiful parts. And from a physical sensation, I do feel some activation in my left side and behind me, so more in my shoulder blade area. That's a physical sensation that I had.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Eva's rep.
When I first came into the role, I was I felt like a wave of anxiety move just in my head and upper body. And I could feel more strength in my feet, but I ended up, I could feel a real pull backwards, like I couldn't stand up straight. But I took my shoes off and got my feet in the ground and could feel stability coming from the lower half of my body. Um, and I had my eyes closed initially, but I wanted to open them to be in the constellation. And as I looked around, I'm actually in my business office at the minute, so I kind of like, okay, I'm here, everything's fine. But I do feel actually at the beginning I was very drawn to hearing Eva's business speaking. Looked at the other representative and just was drawn back to the business. I've had a few waves of energy through my hands, some tension up the back of my spine. But as I'm talking now, it's dissipated and I can feel a lot more grounded, although I can feel like an excitation energy in the representation.
Great. Thank you. What's going on for clients?
I can't find a place for raise hand. Myself, I catch cold, but when I represent clients, I do cough more, cough, and want to look down. I look at Eva and business. They don't look at me. Eva look up, and business look outside. So I don't feel contact. So I look down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel, Anna, this just came to me. I mean, this being a new Earth business constellation, I feel like I want to bring in Earth herself. So Anna, would you be willing to do that?
Yes.
Represent Earth. So I'll rename you as Earth Gaia. And just step into that role. And then those that are already in the constellation, just if you feel a shift with Earth coming into the space, just notice what you feel. So I'm noticing Eva's wrap is stretching. Yeah. Earth has something to say?
I can share how I feel.
Yeah.
My body, yeah, I feel grounded. I feel calm. I feel I'm a container and I'm holding it all, but in a supportive way, I think. And I just wanted to take my time to look at each reps because I didn't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, clients?
I feel the whole body lift up, my chest open. Since I'm coughing myself, but I feel chest open
Mm,
and I can smile.
nice. Eva's business?
Yeah, I kind of felt like focus on Earth, like looking for direction or an answer. Um, a little bit of lack of confidence in my part, trying to put it outside, trying to get, like Earth, how are you feeling? Or, tell me what to do. A little bit like that. But I like the energy of Earth.
Nice. Eva's rep?
I immediately felt more grounded when Earth started to speak. And then I felt a really strong power surge right through my body. I felt so strong, so powerful. Um, and then once she stopped talking, um, it was less powerful, but um, more grounded than before. But I've noticed that I've got quite mm, like a headache coming at my forehead, like a tension in my head. My body from my forehead down feels okay, but there's strong resistance in my mind.
Mm, okay. Eva's business?
Yeah, as I was listening to Eva speak, I became more aware that this sensation that I had in my arm has now moved to like a pulling me down on my left side. I feel like something is pulling me down.
Mhm.
Maybe I should kneel or something. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a positive
Okay.
feeling.
Yeah. What happens for Eva's rep when she looks at her business, looks at clients?
So when Eva's business is speaking, I start to get pain at my central back, around my spine, lower to my lower back.
Mhm.
Um, with the clients, I can see the clients a lot more now than I first did. I noticed the clients were swaying a lot at the beginning. I think that made me feel a bit unstable. And I notice even as she's swaying a little bit now, when I'm talking, I'm not as destabilized, but when I'm not speaking, it destabilizes me a little bit, like nearly dissociating.
When you look at the clients? Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And I have a kind of interesting thing with the business. So I'm excited when she talks, but then I don't like what she's saying.
Hmm. Yeah, Eva's business?
Yeah, I'm becoming aware, I'm becoming more and more aware about this heaviness and is drawing my energy and making me sad.
Hmm.
And it that so I'm gonna just get to the ground because
Okay.
it keeps pulling me down.
Okay.
Uh, it's kind of strong.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm also feeling the heaviness now, but I feel like my spine, my internal bone structure is like holding me up, but it's taking effort rather than it being uh energetically, you know, um held
Right.
situation.
Gotcha. Yep. Okay. Is there someone that's willing to stand in for what's missing here? We don't know what this heaviness is.
Can I say? Can I say something?
Mhm.
So now that I'm in the floor, there is a numbness to my arm. and tingling. And I want to ask, is it okay to ask? It feels like I lost my arm.
Mm.
I feel like I want to sit down, but there's a part of me that is like, I'm staying here, but I kind of want to rest.
Mm-hmm. The real Eva, how's this all resonating so far?
It resonated well from the beginning, the business looking outside, and that my representative felt really like interested in the business, because I feel like I'm kind of constantly engaged with the things I want to create, but I feel somewhat removed from community, and to some degree that's just physically where I'm living. There's a certain um, I'm somewhat unclear about how to reach people. I felt some guilt towards the clients when she first acknowledged that everyone was paying attention to, outside the window, and me and the business were engaged, but nobody was actually looking and paying attention to her. And it also sort of made sense. And then when Earth came in, I just had these tears of relief. I felt a lot more resourced. And then as the business kept expressing just kind of like fear of the unknown, fear of what's holding me back, what's dragging me down. Um, I mean, it feels familiar in terms of this kind of, like it feels like everything is there, but I can't quite move forward kind of feeling.
Mhm.
So I'm curious also about the what's missing, what needs to be acknowledged
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Is does Adi or Felicity want to stand in as what's missing? If not, then yeah, clients.
After Earth came out, I can look at Eva represent, focus on her only, not the business. But I kind of really, really can see Eva and trust her. So maybe not something, not focus on business, but focus on herself. That's what I think.
Mm. So what happens when the clients say to Eva, "I see you"? So clients, if you can unmute and just say that. That is true. When you look at Eva, just say, "I see you
I see you.
and I trust you."
I trust you.
That feels really good to hear. And I see the clients too. I've really been able to see her, and I haven't really been as interested in the business since Ava herself was speaking.
Mm.
When Ava herself spoke, my body relaxed and some of the pain disappeared, but not in the head. But when the client spoke, the pain in the head has greatly reduced. In fact, I can't take my eyes off the clients at the minute. It actually makes me feel happy to connect with the clients. And the fact that she said that I trust you, that's had a bit of a heart opening effect and relaxation.
I'm going to ask Earth, as much as I want you to stay, can I change you to what's missing? So yeah, just let go of the role of Earth for a moment and might bring her back in, but we'll just have you become that which is missing. Yeah, and just everybody notice what shifts and changes inside of them as they see what's missing come onto the field. And if you're ready to speak, you can go ahead and speak. Yeah, go ahead, Eva's business.
Right when the missing part it came in, my mouth started quivering, like pouting and kind of quivering. Like I don't know if it's a tech or wanting to want something needs to be said, something needs to be spoken, but the sensation was in my mouth and kind of like a tick, you know, like it's quivering.
Okay.
As business was speaking, I kept thinking of money.
Mm. Mm. What's missing? Oh, go ahead, clients.
Okay, I just feel the missing image and Eva both became blurry, the video, but business is quite clear, the image.
Yeah.
They both became blurry.
Okay. What's missing? Can you tell what's happening there?
Yeah. I feel some agitation inside of my body. I feel small, or I feel young, small and young. I also feel some kind of despair and that I'm hopeless. And it feels like I'm looking for my mother. That is the feeling that I have inside. I'm looking at Eva, the client, and the rep. I'm not sure if that's what I'm looking for, but there is something there. I'm not sure, but I'm sure of what I'm feeling.
So you feel young and small and looking for your mother. Yeah. Eva's business?
When she was saying looking for some, I feel young, I started feeling energy, and then when I don't know what she says, looking for somebody, or I felt frigid, like a goosebumps, like it came out of nowhere, and it kind of involved me and just gave me the shivers all over.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still very twisted to my left. Done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eva.
Since the what's missing spoke at the beginning, I felt interested to know, and then as you mentioned, looking for her mother, being small and looking for her mother, really a wave of heaviness came from above and moved through my body, and I have the tension in my head has come back strong again, and it's moved somewhat into my jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the business was speaking, it got even heavier, to the point at which, yeah, I could have a sense of like collapse. But I'm just standing here waiting for the next step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder what's missing could be little Eva. So the real Eva, do you have a sense of what the what's missing part is?
I mean, I'm aware that there's, a lot of like insecurities that have come from my mother and that I have been carrying. And I'm from Switzerland originally. The whole thing about not having a conventional career path has always been an issue between me and my mom. I feel like to some degree it's her burden that she carried, that she felt like she didn't have the education necessary to really do what she might have wanted to do in life. So there's definitely things that resonate. And also what came up for me when What's Missing spoke to a missing mother, like the message you have to do with very little. There's not enough. You have to do with little. You have to get by with little.
Okay. So I'm going to rename what's missing as Little Eva. And I feel like clients, unless there's something that the clients wants to say, I'm thinking of switching you out and having you stand in as mother.
Sure. I just when Eva talking, I close my eyes, looking like kind of don't want to look at her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I felt like there was trust between Eva and the clients. So that connection feels strong and clear, but I feel like, yeah, this relationship between Eva and her business and little Eva and this heavy feeling, I want to have that, see if that wants to move. And so I'm going to rename you, have you step out as clients, so release yourself from that. And I'm going to bring in Mother.
Mother.
How does little Eva feel when she sees her mother?
I have the ambivalence of feeling both things. So I feel joy seeing her, but I also feel a bit afraid.
And how does big Eva feel looking at Mother?
At the beginning, I felt a bit agitated. I can really feel my skeleton. I can feel the back holding me, my hips. Like there is a pressure. There's a pressure down. It's not as intense the more I'm here, but at the beginning it came on quite strong.
Okay.
I'm not having any other. I'm quite drawn to looking at her, but I'm not having emotional response.
How does big Eva feel about little Eva?
Oh, nice to see her. I'm feeling really like clenched fists.
How does little Eva feel when she looks at big Eva?
I'm trying to find what I feel, but the perception I feel is that she's cold and I'm not welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's like I feel rejected.
What's happening with Mother?
Feel hard to breathe and a little bit angry. I look at little Eva more than at adult Eva. Yeah, I feel angry and hard to breathe.
Mhm. Um, Big Eva, looking at your mother, can you just say, I am your daughter and you are my mother?
I'm your daughter and you're my mother.
What wants to be said? Does it feel true to say to your mother, I'm tired of standing?
I am tired of standing.
Yeah, this way I can see you clearly. But before it's quite blurry. It's just a shape. Now I can see your face.
What is mother feeling? She's still feeling angry?
Um, it's not angry, but it's not like it's more like I don't know how to describe. Maybe like you're not doing good enough or something. This kind of feeling.
Mhm.
Mm. Like I maybe you can do better.
Mm.
And my legs are really shaking when mother speaks.
Mhm. What happens when mother turns around to look at her family of origin? You can just pretend that they're behind you and have her turn and look and see behind her. What happens when she faces her own mother and father?
You want me to turn back? I kind of feel I have the same feeling as Eva. I'm shrinking and looking down. So maybe my parents have same attitude
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Yeah. So maybe Big Eva, say to your mother, if it feels true, I can't continue to carry this heaviness. I need to give it, I have to give it back to you.
I can't continue to carry this heaviness. I need to give it back to you.
So can you, adult Eva, just wipe down your body and just taking all this heaviness, it's making it hard to stand, and just pass it back to Mother. And see, Mother, are you willing to receive and take that back? Yes.
Mother, yeah, Mother, are you willing to receive that and take that back?
Okay, so take your hands and put them out in front of the screen, and Mother, do the same to receive and take that back. And when that feels complete, Mother can turn around and give that back to the family of origin and the ancestors behind her.
I feel lighter. Good.
How does little Eva feel?
I feel like too. Feels like I can feel my blood now. I feel like I can feel my blood flowing. Yeah, my skeleton feels flexible and strong, and I'm getting heat and yeah, flow. It feels like blood moving, and heat in my hands,
Mm-hmm.
and my feet are stable. They they feel attached to the ground.
Can she look at little Eva and say, I'm here for you now?
I'm here for you now.
How does little Eva feel?
Feel a bit joyful. Before she said that, I was already perceiving her as more warmer, and the mother as well. But in a way, I feel like I still don't see her very well. She's still like far away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a yes. Um, at the moment, I'm feeling gratitude to my mother for taking the burden. I feel like I've needed that for a long time, and it was almost like I needed a moment just to feel that, and then it's it's just me and you now. It's just me and you to the little Eva.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I have a little bit of spaciousness to just really feel what it feels like to not have the burden. It means that I can actually speak sincerely and authentically to little Eva.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming from the head, then it's coming from a physical connection that I'm starting to feel now. It's not the head.
What does little Eva need? Speaking to little Eva.
For now, I feel that I would like Big Eva to just come a bit closer because it feels I don't see her.
Mm-hmm.
That feels much better. Yeah, I feel like I'm not scared anymore, and I feel welcomed. Yeah.
Felt a little scared getting close, but it feels really lovely to hear you say that because I feel like I have missed you so much and I have been, we have, we have, we have, we've been through a lot and we're here now and I can see you and you're beautiful and you've got a lovely smile and lovely eyes.
So maybe hold out your hands for each other if they're willing to just imagine holding each other's hands. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was a big shift. And maybe just say big Eva to little Eva, I take you in my heart.
I take you in my heart.
Yeah, everybody just take a deep breath. There's a big shift in the field with that. Beautiful. So, Mother, thank you. I'm going to switch you back to clients. Thanks for doing the hokey pokey here. Releasing that role. Yeah. Now, when Big Eva is ready, I'm curious to see. Bye, Felicity. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Eva, when you look at Eva's business, your own business, anything shifted or changed?
I'm getting a lot of tingles and crackles in my crown and forehead. It does feel like just need a moment to shift between the.
Yeah, a lot. I'm sorry, I don't want to rush it, so
I
take your.
know you're right.
But maybe Eva's business has something that wants to be said.
Um, Ever since the mother came in, I felt a lot of activation on my midsection, like a stomach ache. And it really did feel like at that point where the mom was in the field, that I was in the business, it felt like a person, mostly a woman, in pain and probably dead. But it didn't go that way. So I just, now as a business, I feel a little more energy. But whatever I was representing before or feeling before still weighs pretty heavy.
Mhm.
So don't know the meaning of all of that.
Okay. So you still have the heaviness on the left side.
Yes.
Mhm. which could be pointing to receiving. Hmm. Yeah, Eva.
My attention is really very much drawn to little Eva. I can hear business speaking, but it feels like there's no energy or pull with it. I'm just looking at her, and I can see Eva's mother, and um, I feel surprised about um, um, the, the support, the helping of the releasing the burden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing her in a different light.
Okay.
So my attention is little Eva, mother, then business.
Mm-hmm. So the mother is, I'm acknowledging that, but I'm also just want to point out that um, the clients are now here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
mother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Clients.
Um, this time I can see business and I focus on business. I kind of ignore Eva or little Eva. So I think, yeah, for me, I try, I don't feel like before when business talking, I don't want to hear. Now I can hear her, look at her, and I feel she's at the central spotlight, very bright.
Mhm.
Yeah, the focus is to business. Mm.
Yeah. Eva.
I kept feeling money as the clients were talking, even
Yeah.
though
Money is still coming up. So yeah, maybe um, little Eva, and I think this will be probably the last thing we'll try and see if this is as far as it wants to go for now. But little Eva, if you could, would you be willing to be money?
yeah, sure.
Change your name to money. Okay, Eva.
So as money opened her eyes, my heart space is I would say splitting open. So it's like it's almost like it's not radiating, it's like it's cracked open like this. And the word I kept getting was creativity. Creativity. And it feels good to say that. And the clients are the clients. And the business, it makes me sad. The business, I perceive the business to be low energy and sad.
Yeah, Eva's business.
Yeah, as soon as you brought in the rep for money, I felt like a punch in the gut that I don't know what it means, but I definitely don't want to look up and I'm looking at the floor. So I don't know if the feeling is of undeserving of money or but it doesn't want to look up. Yeah, it kind of feels undeserving or a sadness or something related to money, that punch in the gut that I felt.
So as Eva's business, can you just say to money, I don't feel deserving of you?
I don't feel deserving of you.
How does that land for money?
I feel that I'm neutral, so that's not about me, it's about her. I just am. What I did feel was towards the business. I feel that she's like somewhat too disorganized. That is the sense when I looked at. I enjoy very much the presence of clients. And then towards Eva, first I felt this word coming, charity, like doing it for charity.
Yeah, clients.
I feel Eva's business. I kind of feel, oh, she's so beautiful. Okay, looking at her and beautiful. I didn't look at money at all. I feel she's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, Eva.
Since money has come in, and well, since business was speaking, my crown has been really activated, very itchy, very like I literally can't stop rubbing it.
The real Eva, how's this resonating?
Oh, much of it resonates, and some things are like the itchy head is something that has shown up before, which is kind of a mystery to me still. The creativity, that money means creativity to me, or that's maybe one of my biggest resources, that resonates so strongly. And the business, I'm not sure what's going on in the business. I had different things that came to me, just possible things like that business is maybe a trigger word. I'm also curious about maybe something in my lineage on my mom's dad's side who kind of ruined the business. Just something to look into maybe at a different time. Just wondering if there's something in my family system that wears heavily on business or the confidence, my confidence and the confidence in my family of actually stepping into a business.
Yeah.
Which feels like it's a different constellation, but
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, because there's layers to all of this. The first thing that came to my mind is to maybe instead of Eva's business, since it's still very much in the beginning, maybe it needs to be renamed as Eva's vision.
Yeah, or even the creative project, or yeah, something that's more describing.
So I'm going to change Eva's business.
I just wanted to say that when you asked me to say to money, I don't feel deserving of you. Also, the words that came up, it has cost me so much
Mm.
for.
Has cost me so much before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm just feeling that, yes, just like real Eva was saying, perhaps there is something in her lineage of somebody with a business that cost them their life just because of the way I was feeling before and the pain and the numbness of the arm. You know, there might be some history that hasn't been spoken or seen that 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 she's carrying. So maybe that needs to come up somewhere or sometime when it's ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
As Eva's business is speaking, I can hear her crystal clear. She is vibrant. I'm really interested. I'm listening.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I feel like this is a good place to close it. I feel like there's an, we could keep going on and on and on, but I feel like this is a good place to stop because, Eva is interested in listening to business. The shift with the inner little Eva was a big one.
Mhm.
And just knowing also that the clients trust you might be something that kind of adds some confidence. So Eva, if you could go around, the real Eva, go around and just ask everyone to return their roles back to you.
Mm. Oh, now I need to remember the name. So Eva.
I'm not going to remember the names either, but you can just say Eva's vision. Thank you for being Eva's vision. I take that role back.
Okay, yes. Eva's vision, I release you from being Eva's vision. I take that role back.
I am no longer Eva's vision. I'm Juliana.
Thank you. And Eva, my representative Eva, I release you from your role as representing me. I'm taking back my role as being myself.
Thank you. I give you back your role. I am no longer Eva. I am Carrie.
Thank you. And clients, representative for clients, Carrie, I release you from your various roles as clients as well as my mother. And I'm taking back what is mine.
Thank you. I return the roles to you and back to Vivian, but I hope to be your client in the future.
Thank you. And where's the last one? She's not visible on my screen. To the
Lenny, and let me see if I can pin her. I'll pin her so you can see her. So go ahead and ask her to release the role.
I still don't see her, but
You don't see her?
if for some reason it's
That's
oh
interesting.
now I see her. Okay. It's Vivian. Yeah.
Ah,
I release you from your role as little Eva and your role of representing money. I take back those roles.
Thank you. I release myself from the roles of Earth, little Eva, money, and I'm back Anna. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, perfect. All right, and I think making sure that Vivian, that you also released the role of mother. You did, right?
Yeah, it's release.
Science and mother. Okay, great. All right, so let's just close with the let's close the circle with a short meditation. So just closing your eyes, and you can put a hand on your heart if you'd like, and just see your ancestors there. See the ancestors in the circle here with us, and just bowing down and giving them thanks, being present and being supportive of this process for Eva and everyone else concerned. And thanks to the earth and to whatever spiritual helpers were present. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And just to just to take a moment to kind of debrief, if anybody would like to share how that was to represent, any takeaways or insights, you can just unmute and speak if you feel moved. Yeah, Vivian.
It's not sure, it's a question. So you bring the earth in, and can I know the function or reason or?
It's interesting. For me, using Earth and having done some nature constellations in the past, like I'm really interested in the investigation of what happens in a constellation when you bring Earth in. Um, like in this case, she felt like a resource for sure. We didn't go deeper into that. I felt a little challenged having a limited number of people, but it would have been interesting but because there was something clearly heavy that needed to be addressed, that's the direction I went in. But it would have been interesting to see what Earth would have had to share to Eva about business, or her role um, in her vision. That's kind of what I was
So
curious.
can we kind of throw in earth in any case or certain?
I think if it feels like it's as a resource, definitely, I think. So you know how sometimes in constellations, when if things get really sticky and it's like, oh man, there's just too much going on here. Let's just bring in the light, you know. Um, I feel like you can do the same with Mother Earth, just bringing her in as a support. And I think Earth, because she's very much all business is everything that's in the 3D comes from her, right? Like our bodies, the material world is all sourced from Earth herself. And so for me, when I think of business, it feels very much connected with Earth. And so I think moving forward, it can be something that if there is a disconnect, because one of the things that I learned in another modality for many years, I worked with Gia Combs Ramirez. She was a creative crystalline consciousness technique, and we had a whole training in business, and basically she said that, in this new paradigm going forward, any businesses that are not in alignment with Earth are going to fall away, basically. And so, which I feel strongly feel is true. We can't continue to just extract resources for consumptive uh, desires, and so I was curious to see what would happen if bringing in Earth, what she can be provide, what wisdom can come from her when it comes to creating a business, or what's needed. So yeah, but
Is
that
it okay?
yeah, go ahead, Carrie.
Is it okay to add an extra insight from the constellation,
Yeah.
which really leads on to that? I felt when business was talking at the end, and there was somewhat of a conflict between the creativity and the money and the business aspect. I got a sense that it was because of the the way of doing business was more old school rather than seeking what are the new ways.
Yeah.
So that sort of really supports what you're saying there in terms of what businesses Mother Earth wants us to create and how they're created energetically and actually practically as well.
Mhm.
Juliana.
Yeah, I have a question. When you bring an element like Earth into a constellation, and you explain now why you do it, and it makes a lot of sense that everything in the physical realm comes from Mother Earth. Do you preface a little bit the role, or how you see their role in the constellation? Like, because we're talking about business and business is physical, I want to bring the energy of Earth, or do you just let it be and see how people react?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could have said more about why I'm bringing Earth in, but I guess I just didn't want to. I wanted to keep it pure as far as like the perception of it.
Mhm.
Um, but it would be curious to see what it would change if that were to happen ahead of time. Like, okay, we're bringing in Earth, like because and maybe, as I'm speaking now, I'm realizing that perhaps if that was a larger part of the intention as a focus, like, how can I bring my business into alignment with Earth or what she wants to see happen? That could, if that was more of a formulated focus, maybe it would have come in a little bit more strongly in this constellation. But because, Eva was clearly like, talking about yeah, just the blocks that she was experiencing and engaging with her business. So, um, but I feel like uh, there's definitely I think it's something that's worthwhile playing with as a constellator. Like, even especially like an in-person, if it's an in-person, to do a nature constellation, like to do it outside with
Mhm.
resource, and to set up the constellation that way to see what wants to come through and inform, um, I think would be really interesting to see. But yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, yeah. Um, Anything else?
I can't raise, I don't see the hand to raise, but I
That's
just
okay,
want to
just raise
say,
your hand like this, old school, the real hand. Yeah.
yeah, I'm so grateful for all of you for representing and just for the opportunity and Tanya to set this up, and just kind of the reminder of, I was talking about simplicity in the beginning, and I didn't even occur to me that I might still be carrying a burden that's my mom's, and in a way it's like so obvious when it showed up, that in a way I'm still trying to prove that I can do it differently. And that there's just so many really simple things about it that it's just a reminder of how easily to overlook the most relevant steps sometimes, and also how with Earth, I just had very similar feelings, like some of you already shared, that when Earth came in, it was just such a tremendous resource, and I just felt like in awe and kind of the sense of, oh, now everything is going to be okay. And how, had we had enough participants, it would have been really interesting to see how Earth might have been able to address what was happening in business, because my sense is that there is like whatever it is in my lineage, it's kind of a masculine wound of how business was done, as somebody already voiced, and how what Earth could have brought to that to kind of restore and heal or point things into the right direction. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's interesting too. I feel like it would be interesting to do like a general constellation as and not have it necessarily focus on a certain client, but to set it up as, Earth business, what wants to money, uh,
Mm,
you know, um, capitalism, like all these different things, just to see, okay, well, what is the new way of doing business? So
mm,
I
mm,
yeah, it could be really potent. I mean, I really do think that we're looking for new ways. We really are. People are trying and experimenting, and there's no models that are going to be given to us. We do have to kind of create it and bring, like, as the constellations show, like, bring in your creativity, like that is
mm,
a resource. Like, we don't have to, as things just are rapidly changing, these structures that have been in place for so long, which was interesting that Carrie, you as Eva, were talking about, like, I feel my skeleton, but like no life. Like that's kind of what we're seeing in the larger picture of things. It's like there's these structures, but they have no life. Like they can't keep standing, so something else wants to come through. Um, so I just want to thank you all for taking this time to be together and be willing to participate. I want to just let you guys know that I am hosting by donation Family Constellations Business Support Group. Um, and it's meeting every other Wednesday, every month. Um, I think it's from 9 to 11, I'm pretty sure. So if you're interested, I'll just email you guys out that information. And if you feel moved to be a part of that, and this is the kind of work that we do, and it's 2 hours, and it's not always just, you know, a long constellation. It's, there might be other different sensing exercises that can be kind of fun, like, tuning into what is a resonant price for your offerings, um, fine tuning, like, okay, who are your ideal clients? What do they look and feel like? That kind of a thing. So, yeah, so that's happening. So you're invited if you'd like to join. Um, yeah, just fill out the form and I'll send the Zoom link out for those that are interested. And yeah, and thanks so much. And if you want to be on my email list, newearthconsciousness.com, that's my website.
mm.
Stay updated to next offering. So yeah, I'll continue to host these free workshops and different topics. And yeah. All right. So any last comments before we close? No? Okay.
No, just thank you very much, Tanya. It was
Oh,
excellent.
thank you. You guys did amazing. It's really lovely. Yeah. Powerful.
Lovely to meet you all as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanya. That was wonderful. Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much.